Happy Frugal Friday. As a frugal person, I like to spend sparingly on the things that don't matter so much to me, so I can spend unapologetically on the things that really do. Frugal people are often looking for good quality because we don't want to buy things twice and we want to spend good money on the things that we really value. Here are 10 things that frugal people spend money on, or at least this frugal person. Number 1, a good mattress. I remember being a kid and not giving a hoot about the quality of things I slept on. I could sleep in a sleeping bag, I could sleep on a futon, it didn't really matter. I could fall asleep at the drop of a dime. But in my older age, KSQUAD, sleep is imperative and quality sleep is even more imperative so that I can get through my days. I am a busy single parent, I have several jobs, I have a child to raise, and the sleep portion of my time has to be quality. It's a non-negotiable at this point. Over the years, I have slept on some questionable mattresses, and now I finally sleep on a very, very perfect for me mattress that I just sink into. It's perfect for what I like, and I sleep so soundly and so hard. It's just what I need at this season of my life, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be important for the rest of my life. Skimping on cruddy mattresses is not something I'm willing to do from this point going forward. Number 2, a vacuum that really, really sucks. That's the point of the vacuum. We really need one that's gonna do its due diligence in my home. Specifically, I have 3 cats and I'm allergic to cats. Let that sink in. Yeah, I don't care. I have grown up with cats my entire life. I need cats in my life. I specifically need the 3 that I have now, and I need a vacuum that is going to do its job, get as much pet hair as possible so that I can breathe well and still enjoy the presence of my amazing, fun-loving, adorable, smart, and perfect cats. I currently have 2 vacuums, which you might find to be overkill, but I have one that is a plug into the wall vacuum, which I just like to have. It's heavy duty, and just in case my cordless peters out when I least expect it or something went wrong, because I had a vacuum in the past that used to have problems. Now I have a new cordless that I also just shared with you recently, and this one is just so easy to move around and do some lightweight pet hair picking up, or maybe like a cobweb up in a corner. It's just so much easier than maneuvering the big plug-in one. So 2 might be overkill, you might not need 2, but I'll leave you both down in the description if you're interested in either, because I love both. Number 3, quality sneakers. We used to shop a lot when I was younger at Payless. Do you remember Payless? Remember when Payless was a big deal and you'd get like these cute sandals or maybe shoes that you weren't necessarily looking to wear forever, but I never got my sneakers there because I always knew that quality, supportive sneakers were important. I don't know if this comes from my dance background where my feet have always been a priority, also posture, also not having a lot of back pain, also preventing injury. So quality sneakers, I think, are totally worth the price that you pay so that you can avoid more problems later. Number 4, good pots and pans. KSQUAD, these days your girl Kate is cooking. I'm cooking in the kitchen. I'm keeping it simple, but now the amount of cooking that I do, I need pans, I need pots, I need all the things that are quality and that are gonna last me a long time. The pots and pans I have now are a Rachel Ray set that I just seriously love. I've had this set since I moved back to Maine, so probably like since 2014. I'm sure some of you have had pots and pans a lot longer, but these are still going strong, and I think they are just very versatile, and the set came with like everything I need, like all the basics, especially if you are a basic home chef like myself. I like a good skillet on top of the stove because I like to do scrambled eggs a lot. I like to do my chicken right on the stove top. If Kaden's having soup, I like to do it in a pot on the stove, cooking pasta, whatever. I'll leave you the set down below that I have. Again, it's nothing fancy, but it gets the job done and I'm very happy with it. I just need the basics so that I can get some yummy food in a timely manner and not scrub for hours afterward. Know what I'm saying? Number 5, a good knife or knives. Which video was it? I think it was living below your means this spring that I did not too long ago. I shared with you that I used this knife until it basically died. And I'm really, really glad that I went ahead and purchased the new knives because it's like night and day. It's cutting power. And I kind of feel a little silly that I waited so long. And I guess people sharpen their knives, but that's not something that I'm accustomed to doing. But that knife actually like broke in half. That's how long I used it. But a quality knife that cuts through is so important when you're cooking or even just cutting up vegetables and fruit. It makes things so much easier, and I feel really foolish that I wasn't really paying attention to it before. But now that I have the knives, I'll leave those down below that I shared with you in that video. Life is so much easier in the cutting department, and I feel foolish I didn't do it sooner. If you've made it this far in the video and you enjoy buying quality products also, type in the comments, quality, and I'll know you're with me. Number 6, an electric toothbrush. I love the idea of going to the dentist and getting a free toothbrush, some free toothpaste, some free floss. Of course, I mean, who doesn't love free things? However, I would get an electric toothbrush. I just get a Spinbrush, you guys, and then I do the replaceable heads, and I just think that it makes my teeth so much more clean. In fact, I remember when I first started going to my dentist, when I started using the electric toothbrush, I remember the dentist being in my mouth and being like, wait a minute, you have less plaque than me in here. And I was like, ha ha, Spinbrush. I was also not as tuned into dental care when I was younger. I brushed my teeth, I thought I did enough. And just now I'm hyper aware of it. And I am, poor Kaden, I am all over him, but he's gonna have really good dental hygiene because quality dental care is essential. You've got your smile forever, and there's nothing worse than tons of dental work, the cost of the dental work, etc. So just keep that in mind, do the best you can because your teeth are important. Number 7, the good toilet paper. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this. There's nothing worse to me than terrible toilet paper. That thin stuff that doesn't do its job barely, that you have to like wad it all up just to get the normal amount if you would just get some better toilet paper. It's not worth it to me. And one time I got the thinner stuff by accident and Kaden was like, what is this, Mom? I was like, I made a mistake. I'll never make it again. Good quality toilet paper, the soft kind, the kind that does its job and doesn't hurt you, it's important. Number 8, a life-changing book. I love a library just as much as the next person, and I love to go to the library to get lots of books for free to read. But when you find that one gem that changes your life, that makes you view the world differently, that you can't wait to read again, or life reminds you again, you need to go back to this book to reference and reread, I will make sure that that book is on my shelf for me to read whenever I want to bring me back to that magical moment when it changed my life. Number 9, a dependable vehicle. When I first moved up to Maine, I had a vehicle that was more Florida friendly from when I lived in Florida. And when I came here, the weather was obviously Maine weather, lots of snow, rougher conditions, and I was actually very fearful several times out when it first started snowing. I was getting stuck in the snow. I had a baby in the back. It was terrifying, and I'm like, I'm not living like this. So a dependable vehicle for whatever that means to you, for me is essential. This will look differently for all of us. Some are comfortable riding cars into the ground until the wheels fall off, etc. But a dependable vehicle is very important for me, and I will always make sure that I feel safe and, of course, keep it in the budget, but it is a priority. A car that's in the shop all the time because I'm trying to save a few bucks sometimes ends up costing a lot more. It's very important for me for my car to be safe, obviously for me and my family, as it is for everyone, but also staying within budget, but also not having the hassle of having to get it fixed all the time, taking time off of work to bring it to the shop, etc. This is something I think that we've got to be really smart about and make sure we invest in a dependable vehicle, if you need a vehicle at all. Number 10, a safe home that is your family's sanctuary. Many of you have been with me through the entire journey of when I lived in an apartment prior with a family member that lived above us. You guys remember those days. And there were a lot of challenges that came with that for very specific reasons that many of you know I won't get into in this video. It would take too long. But when you are living in a toxic environment of any kind, it really can stress you out, can make you sick, and is just so many forms of not healthy. So finding a space that you feel healthy, happy, independent, and really feel that relief of walking into your home. I mean, this is the most priceless one of all, right? When you can come home, you can relax, you can recharge, you don't feel like you have to walk on eggshells. It's truly life-changing, and I wish that for all of you, no matter what your home situation is, be working to get to that place. It is worth it. It is hard work, but in the end, a must-have. It's a must-have. By the way, if you are listening to this and that is kind of your situation, no matter how you're taking that, if you're in a home situation where you don't feel relaxed walking in there, you don't feel like you can be yourself, you don't feel like this is a place that you feel happy and healthy, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna take a little bit of time. You've gotta be patient, you've gotta be diligent. I say this all the time, but take every step you can to get to where you need to go. It might be a process and it's going to be challenging, but it will be worth every millisecond of effort you put to get there. I can tell you that. And I'm cheering you on. These have been my top 10 things that frugal people spend money on, but I know right now you're thinking of something that you want to add to this list. So please go ahead now, add it to the comments, what you also will happily spend money on as a frugal person because it's important to you. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a video, and hit that like button so it can help get these videos to other people that like talking about it also. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.